I'm Alana Cerrone O'Hare.
And I'm Nick Millard.
Welcome to PVD POV, where we bring you new insights into the coolest little city in the smallest state.
Whether you're a local looking to uncover hidden gems or a visitor eager to dive into the vibrant culture, we've got you covered.
Each week, we'll be chatting with the movers and shakers in Providence, from restaurant owners to hoteliers and everyone in between. And today on PVD POV, we're at our first off-site podcast recording, so we're very excited about that. And we're at Tuft PVD, which is the coolest spot over in Hope Artiste Village in Pawtucket. We're here with Sav Hazard-Cheney.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Thanks.
And this, I think, is probably one of the most beautiful looking ones for our first off-site recording for podcasts. Honestly,
Yes.
I don't think we could have chosen a more vibrant
No, you can tell
scene
an artist works here. So we're really excited to bring this to our listeners because it's something new for us. We're learning about tufting. We're learning about Sav's story, how she got started, and we're excited.
Yeah, we can dive in. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you do here. And for people that don't know, what is tufting too?
So again, my name is Sav Hazard-Cheney, and I run Rhode Island's first and only Black, queer, and woman-owned tufting studio, Tuft PVD. I'm located right here in Hope Artistry Village in Unit 8113. And I make rugs, y'all, and I teach people how to do what I do.
That's a good tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the little tag out there on the website? I make rugs, y'all?
No, but now that you said something, I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's do it. I think you should make a rug that says, I make rugs, y'all.
No, that's...
And put it right outside the mat.
And like
There we
maybe
go.
some gear, some branding stuff. I make rugs, y'all.
Yeah.
Tuft PVD.
Are we going to get a little cut of that, though? Is that what we're going to do?
Listen, yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah.
So for again, it's making rugs. Kind of like explain a little bit, and we're actually going to be doing some tufting.
Yeah.
After, so
Yep.
so they'll be able to watch that too. But kind of explain the process a little bit for people that don't know.
Yeah, sure. So to be honest with you, I was sharing the story a little earlier too with some of the students that you guys have brought with you. I first saw rug tufting on TikTok during the pandemic, during quarantine, when we were all inside and we were shut down. I was doing murals in the city, doing public art. And so when the pandemic hit and public art shut down and nothing was happening and we were all inside, that is where I saw a tufting machine. It was on one of my kids' TikToks. And I was like, what is that person doing? It looks like they're painting, but with yarn. And that was my initial connection. And I share this story all the time. And that's when Joe was giving out the stemmies. And so I invested mine into a machine and quit my job, started a business. That's really like the short version to how I got here today. But tufting really is like taking the traditional form of rug making, weaving, whether it's punch needle or like latch hook, which is all like really super manual work, like grandmothers are still working on things.
Yeah.
And then bumping us into 2025, and we have this really cool power tool that weaves the yarn into the fabric and hooks it in there for you automatically so that you can just make a rug in a matter of a few hours.
It makes it more accessible for anybody to do it. And,
You got it.
And
Yeah.
you can have classes too for those.
You got it. Yeah. And so teaching was not, or even starting a business was not even in the forefront of this. I started tufting because I really fell in love with the craft and really wanted to explore how to get tufting in more gallery and exhibition and museum spaces and things like that. And then naturally being in a space like the creative capital, Providence, people wanted to learn. And so there was a lane, it felt like, for me, and that's what I'm on.
What was the tufting landscape when you got into it a few years ago? Was there any type of like not market for it, but were there people doing it?
So there was definitely like a community of people online tufting. And again, this was all happening and sort of upticking during the pandemic. So it was me and YouTube Academy for the first.
So instead of sourdough, it was tufting for
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird lanes that people got into during the pandemic that that they learned through TikTok or wherever else that know.
For sure.
But I think tufting was one of the better ones that came out of it.
For sure. Yeah. And then it has this really cool visual aspect to it too, as well. And so I think, I felt like an opportunity presented itself, and that's what I've been taking and what I've been doing. So.
What were you doing before tufting? I know you said you discovered this and you quit your job and you wanted to explore it.
So I was a community worker. I was doing clinical work. I was working with some of our city's most vulnerable populations, and really working hard in the recovery community here in Rhode Island and specifically in Providence. And I was boots on the ground, like honestly, I was down in KP Narcanning people every day. And that work was like really beautiful. And I loved the interactions and like the people that I met, and really how I learned about Providence was through that work. And then your girl just got burnt out. Like, yeah. And again, I really love that work, and that work was really important, but I got tired.
And it seems like you're still weaving, no pun intended.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good.
Thank you. You're weaving community into what you've built here.
Absolutely. And so even though I'm not directly connected to that work in that way anymore, I'm still connected like with that community, and the work that I do has a space inside of that work now too, where I can now show up like a better me. And so I think that was the plan. This wasn't $1 million business plan. I just wanted to wake up and like what I do. Yeah.
And you first started out your first studio. Was it the first one that was over at the Graduate?
So technically, yeah, I piloted Tuft PVD inside of the Graduate. So I don't know if people are aware of this or not, but like the Graduate brand has a residency program that kind of went dormant again during the pandemic time, and so I sort of seized an opportunity where nothing was happening in that space, and I was like, this is prime real estate.
Great. You see it if you ever walk by the Graduate, which who doesn't if you're in Providence, and the window front is right there. That's like having a downtown storefront.
Yeah,
residency.
It's great exposure.
It didn't make sense not to try that there, and so I got hooked up with a program through Waterfire and through the Graduate. They got entangled into like a collaboration there for a little bit. And like I said, I just seized an opportunity to pilot this there. And I was teaching there for a little while before transitioning into my first, like now I have an overhead studio, and that was on Westminster, right next to the Ogie's restaurant.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And what was the feedback from the community, people who came to you to learn to tuft and probably had not done it before?
I mean, my classes, they create a melting pot of, I get so many different people, artists, interest levels that enter the classroom. But in general, a lot of the feedback was just how empowering the experience is, because, we're starting off with absolutely nothing other than a sketch. And then in a few hours, you get to walk out with something so tangible, like a rug, which is really unheard of in the fiber arts world and community. It's really hard to do something in one session and walk out with it. And so this class was designed to empower people, because I'm not a traditional based artist. I've never even taken an art class. And
I like the shirt.
Thank you. This was made by a local artist, and it's awesome. A pun and then a play off of RISD, which I just think is like it's another stake in this game for me. And so, yeah.
Well, I definitely see the uptick of the arts classes and the arts experiences that we have in the city. Because I mean, there's obviously you get like the wine and paint nights of something like low tier like that, but then you get the glass blowing with Gather Glass, which those guys are great. I know you know those guys too. But like something like this is definitely a cool like take home tangible something to do and learn too. Absolutely. And I think that it's definitely something that we've been seeing pop up in the last like 5-6 years is something that is you want to be able to explore the arts and take home something too and have fun doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Providence just felt like the perfect place to like pilot and try this. So yeah, really grateful that this is where the universe landed me and gave me an opportunity to give this a shot. So
yeah, what's your take as an artist and like a non-traditional artist, as you called it, on the creative capital and being an artist in Providence, even Pawtucket?
I mean, yeah, I know. I feel like I'm in the tale of two cities here. Where I started off in Providence, and now I'm technically what's now Pawtucket. But there's a lot of different nuances when it comes to like being an artist here in Providence, owning a creative business, and not having that traditional pathway here. I think part of my story is having a little bit of a chip on my shoulder about like not having access to all of those opportunities and experiences. I think there's something really special to be said about somebody who looks like me and sounds like me to be doing something like this. And so, yeah, you guys coming to me in the month of February, it's Black History Month. And yeah, getting to share my story and really like, I don't have all the answers, and people are like, well, how do you do all this? And and it's just like, listen, I'm willing to share with you like what's worked for me and hopefully like pieces of that help you through like whatever it is that you're doing. But yeah, I move with so much gratitude for this, because I know that like not everybody has an opportunity to do this, and there's also like a lot of risk, and there's a lot of things that I had to get real and brave about in order to try this. So
it's definitely a big leap, and I know you said you have 4 kids at home too, so like that's a lot. You're very, very, very busy.
Yeah.
I mean, I can attest to the 4 kids thing, but. Yeah. I don't own my own business. I don't own my own, whatever this is, but it's definitely.
You're an artist, though.
I'm an artist, but I get paid to do this stuff.
True.
Like, I have my day job.
And we're going to see how you do tufting. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been the one of like drawing or arts or anything like that. I mean, I know this is a little bit different. I think you had said you had almost said it was like almost a paint by number type thing.
Yeah, it's a bit more technical. Yeah.
So you don't have to have the artistic flair as much as maybe doing like a wine and paint night. Because I know for me at least, I mean, we had our Christmas party over at Barlino, and then we had in Johnson, and they had a traveling paint,
like a paint
thing.
night,
like a paint bar type
paint bar
thing.
thing.
Yep.
And you could definitely tell the people that were like too into it, and they're trying to get everything perfect. It's like, what did she do? Which way this goes over here? And then me, I'm just like,
yours was good though. I think everyone was shocked at how good yours was.
Well, thanks.
That's
you didn't think I could do that?
That's a really important part of this class too, is like the opportunity for you to come in here and you're allowed to be new at something, and then realizing that you can still walk out with something really cool and it looks pretty good still, and you're allowed to be a first timer in here. That is just such a big part of the class.
No one's expecting it to look perfect like this.
No, and that's why you got to come in and get your hands on the material, and maybe it's something you do want to pick up later, but it's not a cheap thing to just try. And so what are people coming in to make? Or is anyone come in with like a weird request, like I want to make a rug of like my boyfriend's face or something? So I give people homework before they get into the class. I'm emailing people, which actually I got to email my class for Sunday today. I give people homework and I email them a PDF. Then I share with them like, hey, this is what makes a good first time tufting image, because you got to get out of here in 4 or 5 hours. Otherwise your time, my time is no longer being considered. And so for the most part though, people are coming in, and anime is a really big theme in here. Anything that you can think of like in a coloring book, stuff with nice clean clear lines or divisions between colors, lots of color blocking is what makes a really good first time tufting image. And I still get people who will upload like their family portrait, and I'm like,
can't do that.
Hey, thanks for reaching out, but listen,
not gonna work.
Not gonna work. Not in 4 hours.
You can go print your picture at Walgreens or something, and you'll be fine.
Right.
It's something completely different. And, well, that's why. So our logo, which we're going to be doing later, the PVD POV logo, which was that. So that's like a perfect example of something very. I
would consider that definitely like more of a challenging piece for a first time tufter. Mainly, and it's the letters. Like letters are just infamously very difficult, and to be real with you, letters don't look good until you rip it off the frame and you get into the shaving and the finishing process, because that's how you get them to look really, really, really good. And
that part I'm excited for, like the shearing. Like if you shear, like you ever see the videos of when they shear a sheep?
You want to shear some
it's
sheep?
Just satisfying.
There is. And so what a lot of people don't see too is that's a whole nother art and craft to this class. And so you do, in the actual class that I teach, you do get a little bit of time in that part, but to be honest with you, that part of the rug tufting process is my longest part of the process, and I can shave a rug for easily 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, easily.
That looks fun.
So back when you were growing up, did you ever think that you'd be saying that to somebody?
I shaved her.
I've been shaving a rug for 4 hours today.
No, you guys. It took me 9 years to get a 4-year degree. And it's in psychology and chemical dependency and addiction. And now I make rugs.
Yeah.
Right. So like, you never know what's going to happen in life.
Life just brings you all these different ways.
What do you do with the leftover shiven parts?
Yeah. So infamously, this class makes a lot of mess. I like it. I grew up hearing my mom yell and always wanting to clean, and I surprisingly like cleaning now. And so I teach with regular like acrylic yarn, and it's not the best stuff because it's really just plastic. It's not very eco-friendly. And so I tried to save it, and folks who will come in and create pillows. And so I'll offer that as stuffing. I got into making clear ornaments this Christmas, and so I was stuffing the ornaments with all of the yarn scrapping.
That's cool.
And then you see all the stuff on the floor now because I actually used that as confetti during my opening.
That's right.
So yeah,
I like it.
That's why it's
and
everywhere.
it's like an art space. Like it doesn't have to be clean, right?
It doesn't.
Especially when this is the material that you're using. So
Exactly. But I do love the nicely organized wall back here too.
And this is like a living art piece in itself. People are
is
actually
nice.
coming over here during the class and choosing their yarn colors this way. And then this is being reset every week. And so there's just, there's a lot of cool little things that like you guys think are cool, but also like it's for me because I'm an artist and I like it. And so,
it's like a nail polish wall.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Yes.
I love it.
So, question here to keep and maybe keep it as much PG-13 as we can. Has there ever been a super crazy request for a tufting image?
Like an image?
Yeah, something like what's the weirdest? Maybe the weirdest one.
To be honest with you, I don't know if it's just like the vibe I get off, but I definitely feel like I call my people, and because I'm never getting anything in here that I gotta like question too much. It's more so like if somebody wanted to come in and make a Disney princess rug, I love that. It's cute. I can't post it on social media. You're gonna get my page took down.
Oh, what, for copyright or something?
Yeah, Disney don't play. Disney does not play. So some of that stuff I got to tiptoe around, and really because I started programming and working more like inside of the school systems, and so to be honest with you, the only image that I've ever really like had to think twice about, I think there was like a light bulb that was maybe smoking a joint or something like that. And I was like, this is pretty close, but that's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
That's not bad.
And surprisingly enough, I'm
Yeah.
actually going to be at the Cultivators Classic. That's happening in March.
Okay.
They're going to be taking over all of the hallways here, Mother Earth. And so I'll be tufting a live logo and things like that during that. So,
That's great.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I wanted to talk too about Jennifer Hudson's show because you said that we're coming up on a year when they contacted you. How did that process go, and what has it been like since?
So funny enough, I thought it was a scam. They emailed me.
Right, you thought it was your car warranty and whatever.
Listen, it's tax season. I was like, I know what you people are doing. And so, but after a couple emails, we ended up on a Zoom call with a producer, and they basically was like, Jennifer is heading into the 3rd season of her show. She's starting this new segment called Jennifer Tries, and she's just like going around and trying new things. Tufting sort of fell on the table, and they said somebody from Providence actually wrote to their team about me. They wouldn't disclose who. They wouldn't tell me anything like that.
It wasn't me. I'll just let you know.
Listen.
But sorry.
I would have let you have it too. But yeah, somebody wrote to them just about like, hey, you need to check this girl out and what she's doing, what she's creating here. It's cool. And it was just like so compelling. Like people rooting for you and you don't even know they're rooting for you. That was beautiful. And the producers got on the phone with me and they're like, listen, we're going to put it on the table. We don't know if it's going to get picked up. And then next thing I know, they call me and they're like, yeah, Jennifer wants to try it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And so
And that was a fast turnaround too.
it was
right?
a quick turnaround. I mean, it was a lot. It took like 6 Zoom calls just to get them to understand that we work backwards. And so there's a visual thing here. What does the audience see? What does Jennifer and I see? And what are the cameras picking up? There's so many nuances because I'm bringing tufting into a space that's never had tufting before. And so there's just, I've been learning and having so much fun with this, you guys.
Did you bring the yarn and
I did. So I prepared
with you?
a bunch of stuff, like a cooking segment.
Yeah, I saw that you revealed like a finished one at the end and everything too. You pulled the Martha Stewart thing. I saw that.
I did. Sure did. Had to. And so I packed a bunch of stuff in my carry-on and in my bags, and I flew it to LA, and that's how we got that job done. I turned my 4-hour class into a 6-minute TV segment.
Jeez, yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of information to kind of squish down in something so small.
Absolutely. But Jennifer was surprisingly the coolest.
She seems it.
I'm so happy that was my first like Hollywood experience. She is such a lovely human, not because she was lovely, but also like the people around her were so kind.
That
and I'm
makes
like,
me
that's
happy.
a testament. That tells me something's good going on here.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy that 5 years ago you were a newbie learning on TikTok, and now you're teaching people and teaching Jennifer Hudson on national TV. kind of crazy how the world works.
Yeah.
Again, you didn't think 5 years ago that you would be there.
No.
Or here. I mean, because, who's Jennifer Hudson who? Like, this is, our podcast.
PVD, POV.
I mean, come on.
So I'm going to be telling this story to whoever the next.
Yeah, exactly. In 4 years, you'd be like, I was on PVD, POV. I was so nervous. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But no, this is probably like one of the more comfortable interviews I think I've had, to be honest with you. I've been in front of a few different cameras doing different things, and it never really, I don't know if it's the headphones. I mean, like I can hear myself. Maybe that's it, even though I don't really like it.
You gotta like it. I like it. Alana doesn't like it as much, but hey, it's got some good vibes.
And maybe because
I
can't hear a lot of what is happening like outside, because I get easily
distracted.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah. And so this has felt really good.
That's what we want to do, because we want to, just talk about the cool things in Providence and beyond that people don't necessarily know about or see, but dive a little deeper than you would see in a news segment and stuff like that. So
and we got to bring this stuff to the potential visitors to Providence and make sure that everybody kind of knows that you're here to do something fun. Because I know whenever we have visitors coming in, they're just like, oh, I want to do something fun. I want to do something different. I want to we send them a lot to the glass blowing, tangible things.
They want that hands-on stuff.
And something like this is a great thing to showcase Providence art, Providence as a city, the creative capital. Honestly, I think it's a great thing that you're doing here, and I'm glad that we can help you out.
I appreciate that, guys.
And boost you up here a little bit.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yes,
and thanks for inviting us to your space. Most importantly,
thank you. We're going to end the audio version of our audio section of our podcast, and stay tuned. We're going to go hop on over and do some tufting. If you're listening on the podcast, make sure to check us out on YouTube or over on our social media channels, and you'll be able to hear the rest of the go see us tufting and see if Alana can actually hold the
it's a tough job.
She got this. It's
Somebody's
a tough job.
It's
a tough job.
I do those puns all the time.
I knew it.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
It's just big old needle on a gear, and every rotation, pair of scissors. And you squeeze this button here. This is how you operate the machine. I'm going to thread this up, and you guys are just going to start filling in all of these sections. I did most of the outline, so that way you guys sort of have an idea on what
like they said, it's almost like that paint by numbers.
You got it. Up and down. Up and down. Just straight up and down lines. I pretty much did anything.
You did the hard
part. And as this grow up, it's only going hard. And so you'll find that there's a lot of this that is super forgiving, especially in this part of the process, like before we glue and we back and shave and all that. That you'll find that my perfectionist, you gotta let it go, and gotta be your first time at something. And so now I'm gonna take my machine now that it's all threaded up, and I'm gonna punch it all the way into my fabric.
Okay.
I'm gonna use this other hand to help me keep pressure up against the frame. Pull the machine.
Oh, okay. So you don't go over and down. You do just
so the machine only works up, left, and right. So you physically can't even go back to bring it down. So you're always gonna want to start at the bottom of the area that you're filling in and work your way up. Start at the bottom and work your way up. Okay. Like filling it.
Okay.
Machine is off.
Ladies first.
All right. And then go like this. Yes, that feels good to you. Go for it. Punch that needle all the way into your fabric. And really use that hand. It's going to help you keep pressure. And I'm going to turn your machine off. And then you're going to squeeze and move up at the same time. Okay. Pause. And remove it.
Oh.
Perfect. Again. Okay. I'm going to just turn
Does it give you power? Does it feel like you
I feel really powerful. No, seriously. So put that next line, put that needle right there. Okay. Like a little space. Here-ish? Yeah, go for it. Perfect. All the way in. Pressure, and then squeeze and move up. Yeah. Good. Perfect. Oops.
that first mess up.
Where?
Well, right there.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm quitting GoProvidence. I'm going to be working here.
That's a perfect line.
That is quite literally a perfect stitch.
Oh, yeah.
This is all you're doing, loading in your colors and filling in your section. Yeah, no, you can finish filling. All right,
yeah.
You got it.
Nick.
Oh, I feel nervous.
This is great. Keep it moving, yeah. Perfect, yeah, keep filling it in. And you don't gotta place those lines right next to each other.
Okay.
Because you'll notice that when we look on the other side.
That is nice. Oh my goodness.
so you gotta think about it. I mean, this is the size frame that I'm.
Start in the middle and go up
for
over
it.
here?
Yep.
So how close to the line should I be getting over here?
And yes, that's fine.
here?
Yep. Don't miss out.
Yep. Hey, thanks a lot.
You really use
Hey,
that.
I did this for you. I was very nice. I did do this for you. All right.
Use that to help you keep pressure up
Yep.
against the frame. Gonna turn your machine on. You gotta squeeze and move up at the same time. Perfect.
All right.
Come on.
That was a pretty good line.
That was a pretty good line. Yes.
First shot, and then like that.
And then right that close is perfectly fine. Yep. So what happens during class is they'll fill in a section and I'll come over and I'll feel it and be like, you know what, add a few more lines before moving on to perfect. That spacing is perfect. Yes.
I'm getting perfects here.
Perfect.
That's why it needs to open up.
I'll finish this up.
Yes, I can have you check it out on the other side so you can see. It already looks so good. I love it. And
PVD POV is a podcast hosted by the Providence Warwick Convention and Visitors Bureau in collaboration with the College of Hospitality Management and Center of Media Production at Johnson & Wales University. Hosts are Alana Cerrone-O'Hare and Nick Millard. Production by Professor Brian Lavin with assistance from the graduate students in tourism management. Episodes are available wherever you download your podcasts. Visit GoProvidence.com for more information on these stories and everything else Providence.